Right?
Drum roll, please.
So I had to get a new mic literally seconds before I was starting to film this video because it broke. It was ran through. The little part where you actually plug it into the computer was coming out, so didn't know it was a little slut, but I ran to a store and I got this, and she's way prettier and you can't hear the street noise, I think. I'm trying to see this as a positive. I'm just really annoyed that I had to spend money. So today's video topic is Club Penguin, Mushy Monsters, Animal Jam. I picked those three because I feel like the games all have similar elements and I just thought it'd be fun to make. Also, I think 4 is kind of pushing it for a YouTube video. Also, they remain superior in my mind. So today I'm pitting 3 bad bitches against each other. And it won't happen again, I promise, women. Unless you want like Barbie Polly Pocket brats, then just this twice. But let's focus, let's get into it. Characters. On Club Penguin. On Club Penguin, you have the penguins, which you control. You have the puffles, which are essentially pets that you can buy. And if you don't feed them, they run away. At least when I was playing it. I'm not sure about the rewritten. Those are the characters. On Mushy Monsters, you have the monsters. There is 6 to choose from. And then you have seedlings, which are essentially you buy the packets from the seed store, plant 3 of them, and you see what little mushling comes along. And on Animal Jam, you have your animals, the playable characters, and then you have pets, which are kind of more of a membership exclusive thing, but still very exciting. As far as customization goes, I would say Animal Jam and Mushy Monsters have the best range. Club Penguin, you all have one type of penguin shape, whereas Mushy Monsters, you have 6 playable characters, and Animal Jam, you have, I think, about 6, I can't remember. And I would say, in terms of pets, I would say Mushy Monsters has a fucking huge variety of mushlings that you can collect, which I think is the cool part of Mushy Monsters, if I'm gonna be honest. On Mushy Monsters, you can choose from a Katsuma, a Poppet, a Lovely, a Zoma, a Diablo, and a Furry. I think they all have wonderful vibes to them.
No, you have wonderful vibes.
As for Animal Jam, you can be a hyena, an Arabian horse, a fox, a dire wolf, an otter, a toucan, a horse, or a snow leopard. Why do I feel like I just lied? Well, I'm trusting the Animal Jam Wikipedia here. I swear you can be a monkey. Am I reading the wrong thing? Oh, okay. Bunny, monkey, wolf, tiger, panda, and koala. I was literally just waffling. As far as character design, I think Mushy Monsters comes out on top. I would say Animal Jam is pretty cool. The art style kind of reminds me of fairy art. And then Club Penguin, I would say, bottom of my list. That being said, I love Club Penguin and it will be gaining marks throughout this video. I fucking love Club Penguin. Another part of Mushy Monsters I really enjoyed growing up was they kind of parodied famous people's names. The ones I can remember were Baby Rocks, Broccoli Spears, Dustbin Beaver, Goo Fighters, Lady Goo Goo, Pussycat Poppets. I also remember Simon Growl. I thought that element of that game was really funny and I have to give it my props. Yeah, I would say character-wise, Mushy Monsters comes out on top for me. Animal Jam comes next. Club Penguin, boring, no body type diversity, just penguins. Customization. Part of the reason I didn't actually include Pop Tropicat in this video was because I don't think from memory that you can even customize a house. On each of these games you are given a house for your playable character. In Club Penguin it's an igloo. In Mushy Monsters, it's just your house, and in Animal Jam, you get a den. I loved this element of these games. I think interior design is obviously my passion, but it's just so much fun, and if you remember on any of these, you could unlock cooler houses, which I thought was fun, and you can also buy furniture from shops to decorate your igloos with. Or your houses or your dens. I didn't mean to Freudian slip there. So I want to go over the types of houses you could buy. Let's do it. So I just wanted to point out that on Animal Jam and Club Penguin, you can kind of tangibly see how big your house is, but on Mushy Monsters, the way you go from floor to floor is buttons, I guess. Like, you can't see the entirety of your house on Mushy Monsters. You can still customize like the exterior, but it doesn't really show on the interior. which I think is kind of lame. Yeah, just the more levels you buy, the more you can add to your den, which was, I don't know, chill. But that being said, for Club Penguin, they have a whopping 98 iterations of igloos over the past many years. The ones I can really remember were the candy igloo, log cabin, the snow globe, the castle, the fishbowl, the ship, the gingerbread house, the tree house, the circus tent, the dragon's lair, the warehouse, which I think is horrendous. For Mushy Monsters, we have the default style, the treehouse style, the princess castle, the skyscraper, the mountain house, the cake house, and the haunted house, which I think is really limited if that's all we've got. Hasn't gone far. Animal Jam has some really wonderful dens. Cosmo's Den, Sunken Ship, Enchanted Hollow, Water Park, Volcano, Gingerbread House, Bouncy House, Princess Castle, SOL Arcade, Old Barn, Castle, Fantasy Castle, Beach House, and Sky Castle. I really love the design on Animal Jam's houses, their dens. I would say I enjoy it the most. And then coming in second would be Club Penguin. Coming in third would be Mushy Monsters. I'm sorry, like there's just no way you can see like the entirety of the house. So the way you go about getting furniture in these games is essentially just playing games to earn coins, to buy furniture from stores. I think there's like catalog of Penguin from memory. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. I think they're all pretty cool. I would say I enjoyed the furniture from Club Penguin the most. Mushy Monsters has a really cute like way to shop. I remember there's like this mall that you go into and you buy your stuff, and then just like any door that you can click on has like a fun way to browse your catalog. I just never played Animal Jam the way I played the other two, so I'm not really sure how den decorating goes. And in the same vein of customization, you can also customize your characters. I would say Club Penguin kind of exceeds that because they are the longest running game. Catalogs change all the time, so you can like buy new things, and it would be like seasonal celebrations, so you could buy like Valentine's clothing. I thought that was really fun. I don't know, I didn't love the style of costumes. I really do like the animation style on Animal Jam, but I don't remember much about the clothing options. I look like a rookie talking about Animal Jam, but I promise I did play it and I promise I did enjoy it, but I just don't really remember the customization being amazing. Then in Mushy Monsters, I think they had a really great range of things you could buy. That being said, like no updates, so to rank all of these together, I would say Club Penguin on top, and then I would tie Animal Jam and Mushy Monsters together. Sorry. You can also color customize your characters on every single one of these games. I think the way that you do it on Mushy Monsters is really fun. You go into like a paint factory and you change your skin color. And then on Club Penguin, I would say the options are limited. I would say that's kind of boring. Animal Jam, you can mix color palettes, but you can only change 2 elements of your skin. So no, I think they're all pretty cute, but I would say the way you actually change your fur color on Mushy Monsters is the most exciting in terms of customization. So that's all for that one. Try not to cloud my judgment in terms of like nostalgia. It was especially with Club Penguin, but I think the Club Penguin games far exceed the rest. We had Hydro Hopper, which is essentially wakeboarding, and Carla, which I still don't know how to play. Sled racing, oh my god. Ice fishing, kart surfer, Find 4, Jetpack Adventure, Pizzatron 3000, Card Jitsu, my god. That is a discography, my friends. Mushy Monsters definitely has the most options for minigames. There is the daily puzzles, which you can earn rocks from, and then there's just a bunch of like games you find on the street. And then there's also like a theme park, which you can play a good 100 games, I'm pretty sure. There is a bunch of options. The ones that really stand out to me was the butterfly catching game and the ice cream scoop game. I just remember doing like the daily puzzle every day. That was so much fun. That was like my Wordle. In terms of the website that has my favorite game, it's definitely Mushy Monsters. They have a fashion show game, which me and my boyfriend play all the time, to be honest. Just anytime we're bored and we're feeling silly. You can make like hot cocoa, you can make a smoothie, you can play a claw game, which you always win something. Best Dressed, as I was saying, Falling Phantoms, Temple of Trivia, that's so much fun. My lack of knowledge is showing, but Animal Jam has my favorite game. I will never knock it for the mini games. not being as memorable, you know. As for the missions, I didn't even know that Animal Jam had missions, and I heard they're kind of small, but from memory, Club Penguin and Mushy Monsters had some really great missions. Mushy Monsters had more of a storyline and they all kind of connected in a way, whereas Club Penguin was kind of just separate missions. But I think Club Penguin missions changed my brain chemistry. It was amazing. I remember like them even being introduced, and also like I remember specific things like pins that would be hidden around the maps, which I think is going to be in my next section actually, sorry. I remember like the telescope on the lighthouse where you could look through and you could see a ship coming and you could tell that good things were on the horizon. I think the missions in Club Penguin were better in quality. I'm not sure if you had to be a member for Animal Jam missions, but I know you had to be a member for Club Penguin, but now that it's rewritten and everyone's a member, you can go back and do them now if you didn't know that already. And as for Mushy Monsters, you also had to be a member, but just I had memberships for both of them because I was really privileged as a child apparently. I liked that the Mushy Monsters one kind of connected to the map and connected to a part where you couldn't really explore. It was kind of bringing you into Mushy Monsters lore a little bit more, whereas Club Penguin was kind of just, here's something that's happening to Penguin Island. Is it even called Penguin Island? I don't know. But that being said, I do think they were so much more fun on Club Penguin. You could do so much more. There were less glitches. It was just a really, really fun time. That being said, that was in my prime of gaming, so I could be clouded with nostalgia once again. And I just thought those ones were really fun. Like, you kind of had to infer from like clues that you got, and they weren't as obvious, I think, as like Mushy Monsters, in my opinion. First, we have the Mushy Monsters missions, which were Missing Mushling Egg, Voyage Under Potion Ocean, Strange Glove from Above, Candy Catastrophe, Pop Goes the Boo Boo, Super Mushiversity Challenge, 20,000 Leagues Under the Fur, Spooktacular Spectacular, Snow May Out, and Super Weapon Showdown. Like, only a few of these names are standing out to me. I think the first few I definitely remember really well, but I think I remembered every single one on the Club Penguin list, so I think, like, longevity wise, Club Penguin's gonna win this category again. Yeah, let's get into Animal Jam missions, which I have no idea about. I just called my sister and she says that the missions are just as good as Club Penguin and Mushy Monsters ones, and she is a little bit younger than me, so she was on Animal Jam in the same kind of age range when I was in Club Penguin, so I trust her. And that being said, like, how much better could it be than Club Penguin? That is an iconic discography, as I said. Just for the people who did play them, we have Training Grounds, Return of the Phantoms, The Phantom Portal, Meet Cosmo, The Hive, The Great Escape, Greely's Inferno, The Search for Greely, The Forgotten Desert, Bubble Trouble, Into Deep, The Hidden Falls, The Frontlines, The Phantom Badlands, etc, etc. I'm sure they're good. I trust that they're good. That being said, I'm not gonna go and test it myself. And I guess I should go a little bit more in depth. So a mission or an adventure on these games means that you are essentially away from the other playable characters and you're just following along with a story. You're trying to find things, you're trying to code things, you're trying to lead with clues to where you're supposed to be going, and you're essentially like getting rewarded. I remember in Mushy Monsters you'd get like rare mushlings. I remember in Club Penguin you would get, I think, I can't remember, I think it was like a stamp or something. Couldn't tell you. And I really couldn't tell you for Animal Jam. I want to briefly touch on the social side of each of these games. I would say Club Penguin was in the unmonitored internet era, and you could talk to literally anybody, and that would mean that you were talking to older people in some situations. And I've heard a lot of people got groomed on Club Penguin, which is not good. Like, objectively not good. That being said, I think the social side when you did find friends was really fun, and you could talk to anyone. I think members got to like freely type whatever they wanted, and non-members could use just like the given chat prompts. It was kind of boring without the membership, I remember, but the social side was still really fun in that way. The social side of Mushy Monsters is very, very poor. You couldn't really talk to people. I think the fun part about socializing on Mushy Monsters was definitely the pin boards. You could write messages on your friends' pin boards, and then when they log in you could see that you had a new message on your pinboard. It was so much fun. I think that was a really cute element of Mushy Monsters, but I don't think you could really talk to people, and the way that the maps were set out were kind of hard to even like see characters, and you couldn't really like meet up with your friends on Mushy Monsters unless you were really lucky and you got spawned in and you like communicated with each other over the phone if that was you. It was just kind of lame. And Animal Jam's pretty much the same as Club Penguin. You could actually just type whatever you want. So I would say on top would be Club Penguin, then Animal Jam, then Mushy Monsters. But I think the other two didn't have that fun pinboard element. I do remember on the other two games though that you can send like postcards to friends, which I think is fun. Despite the kind of rustic animation style, I would say the Animal Jam map is definitely the cutest out of all of them. I love all the buildings. I love the vibes. You can go down water slides, do a bunch of things. That being said, the map on the Club Penguin website had a beach,
a ski village, a Puffle Wild, a ski hill, a dock, a town, snow forts, ice rink, plaza, Puffle Park, forest, dojo courtyard, mine shack, skate park, cove, and iceberg. I think the most known thing about the iceberg is that if you had enough penguins on the tip of the iceberg, you could tip it. Remember on the very last day of Club Penguin, it was successfully tipped, I believe, right? Or did I make that up? Being able to like create a whole conspiracy and have it be a mystery for so many years is so exciting, and I think that's one of the most memorable parts of Penguin, in my opinion. The map on Mushy Monsters was also pretty full. We had Main Street, Sludge Street, Ula Lane, House, which was your house, a Mushling Garden, which was your garden where you'd grow mushlings, Dress Up Room, the Port, Candy Cane Caves, Gift Island, which you essentially gifted people things. It was a lot of fun. Blech Beach, Puzzle Palace, Party Palace, Volcano, Observatory, Goosebump Manor, Mushy Fun Park, and Beanstalk. I love the names of all of the Animal Jam's map locations you could go to. Jama Township, Appendale, Serapia Forest, Mount Chevere, Coral Canyons, Lost Temple of Zeos, Crystal Sands, Kimbara Outback, Belush.
Kind of similar to Club Penguin, but again, not as good. Honestly, I'm gonna go three-way tie. I think they're all unique in their own ways, and I think they're unique to the game, and just I don't really think I can compare a map, you know? To conclude this video, I think Club Penguin definitely had the most impact on me as a person. I remember in year 4, they would go around the class and we'd tell each other about our weekends, and every single week I would lie and say that my Puffle ran away. They would all laugh and they would lift me up and they would chant, "Gabby, Gabby." That's when I knew I had a knack for comedy. Unfortunately, I haven't told a funny joke since. Mushy Monsters also meant a lot to me when I was getting a little bit older. My only bone to pick was the social aspect of it. You couldn't really move places, you couldn't really move around the map, so it was more just left and right. So I think it had its pros and cons. I guess like less 40-year-old children were gonna chat you up, but I think socially it was important to talk to people online. No, I don't, but I think that was more fun. And I was definitely growing sick of like online games when Animal Jam started peaking, but I have come to really enjoy it in my adult years. It's a really relaxing game and I love the music and I love all the graphics. Is Animal Jam the ASMR game of the century? Let me know in the comments. I would rank Club Penguin on top in terms of longevity, in terms of socially, and in terms of cultural impact, but Mushy Monsters was the hand I held when I was growing sick of it, and then Animal Jam has really brought me down to earth during my 20s, which I appreciate. So I think they all win in my books. Just kidding, Club Penguin wins in my books, but they're all incredible games, and if you haven't played any of them, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's all done now. Like the video if you like videos, and subscribe to my channel to keep in touch. I'm trying to beat Mr. Beast in 6 months and it's not on track. Follow my social medias, please. See you next week. Bye guys.